Australia hasn't beaten Japan since 2012 and at a major international event since 2004.
Yeah, it's a long time between drinks. We came very close yesterday with that 6-5 game that we had against Japan. So really close. We're making all the right inroads to getting that really critical win. As you said, the last one at a major tournament was back in Athens in 2004.
Beat them twice, once in the pool games and then in the medal round. Fiona, you were there, silver medalist in Athens. Must have been a huge highlight, not only for your career, but for softball in Australia.
It was a remarkable tournament. I mean, the Japanese had been so dominant, as had the USA. We knew we had to pull everything together on that magical day to get the win, and we had some really clutch hits in some key moments.
And since then, Japan have been one of the best teams in the world, tussling with the US for that title. And with plays like this, they are a polished unit.
Yeah, that was a bit of Hollywood from the game just this morning. Fantastic double play. And again, just the fielding, just the speed at which they can recover even from errors, as we just saw there. Took a bad hop.
Yeah, Japan certainly the team to beat at this tournament. And we're about to head down to Georgia. In a moment, as the Japanese team is being announced, we can touch on some of the players in their lineup. Natsumi Fujimura, who has been a Diamond League MVP, and Urawa Fujimoto might be one of the players of the tournament so far. She has been in everything in the field, has been one of the leading hitters with the bat, 615 with 13 on bases. Fujimoto, who stood out for you in the Japanese lineup, Fee?
Oh, look, we had some huge hits in that last game. We had a number of home runs. Yamamuchi, who has had a fantastic tournament, as has Fujimori. You know, they've just got such speed at the top of their lineup, and then the real meat in that 3, 4, 5 spot is what's just been hitting all the runs in. So, and then we had in the last game their number 9 hit a home run. So. Depth from 1 to 9. That
is Fujimoto, who has been up the top, she's been down the bottom, she has been left field, she's been right field, and she stands at a towering 4'11", the pocket rocket for Japan. Haruna Nakamura will get the start in this game, and Fiona, we've noticed she's been their horse this week, 12 innings of work. She's done the most work so far for Japan.
Yes, she has. She's had 12 innings pitched, 11 hits off her, so quite a few hits have come from her in the circle. But look, she's a dominant force. The Aussies will be looking to get ahead in the count pretty quickly, so not allowing her to get deep in the count where they can play around with the zone.
Well, mostly a down ball pitcher as well, we've noted, and we'll watch with interest in this game as the Australian team being announced. And it looks like a relatively solid lineup, although you're probably thinking that looking at the bench, some players getting rested in this one because Australia will play 3 consecutive games. You don't often see that in a softball draw, particularly internationally where majority of the time you're playing 1 game a day.
Yeah, just 1 game a day. I mean, it's exciting for the Aussie players in that, you know, it's a huge opportunity for them to come up against, you know, the best in the world and also the New Zealand White Sox. So you can see the girls, you know, loving every moment of this. They really take such pride in the jersey. So any opportunity they get to wear the green and gold.
I think Pippa will be called next because that leaves the 3 other pitchers, because starting this game, teenage sensation, Arwen Kavanagh.
And doesn't she have a cool head on her shoulders? You know, for an 18-year-old to get called into the squad, she's done a remarkable job up against, you know, the best players in the world. And yeah, as I said, she's got a really cool head on her shoulders. So you can see here, Maya Giros is a real up-and-comer. She's having a fantastic tournament as well.
With the bat, Fiona, watch out for Jenna Trim. She is leading all comers in this tournament with 11 RBIs. That was helped yesterday.
It certainly was. Grand Slam home run. That is a moment she will never forget against the Japanese team. And yeah, she's having a day. Really fantastic tournament here. So congrats to her. Hopefully she can keep it going here against the Japanese.
Third team on the diamond being announced. They wear the blues. They call the balls and the strikes. And plate umpire is Stuart Tyler. Heidi Leithart from New Zealand, Chrissy Travers at second base, and third base is James English. The two teams will come to the plate. They'll shake hands and then it will be on. These two teams will face each other tonight, 6:30 in the Australia Cup Grand Final, as we're going to have a ceremonial first pitch, Fiona, and although she was there on the day that I proposed to my wife, perhaps you can talk about a former teammate.
Yeah, so it's we've got Chelsea Falcon that's going to be coming into the circle to throw the ceremonial first pitch. Chelsea is being inducted into the Softball Australia Hall of Fame later this afternoon. Player number 242, amassed 179 appearances for Australia over 5 World Championships, which is just a phenomenal career.
A dual sport Australian representative as well?
Yes, we unashamedly recruited Chelsea from baseball. She was a dual representative playing in the Australian women's baseball team. So just a phenomenal athlete.
And the respect from both teams. And pretty good action for an outfielder.
Yeah, she's got it. Chelsea was renowned for her arm in the outfield, one of the best arms I think the game has ever seen. So fantastic to see Chelsea throwing that first pitch.
We see so many ceremonial first pitches go wrong, and she nailed it. So there's always some nerves, isn't there, for someone throwing a ceremonial first pitch?
There is. I may have caught her practicing just down by the bullpen. But well done, Chelsea. So Chelsea's being inducted along with 2 other legends of the game.
All right, we're ready to go down on field with Georgia Rajic. Georgia?
That's right, I'm here with Misaki Katsumata. Well, a brilliant tournament for you so far, 14 strikeouts, including 3 in that last game against New Zealand for 0 runs. How have you found the tournament so far?
本当に日本今まですごいいい成績も収めてますし、さっきの試合ニュージーランド戦でも無失点に抑えてます。いろんなストライクも取ってますけど、今どんな感じですか？
はい、まずこうしてこの大会に参加できたことと、チームメイトの力もあって、さっきの試合もしっかり勝つことができて本当に良かったと思っています。
So first of all, I appreciate coming here and join the tournament, and also the team work is really well right now. So we help each other, and we won the last game. So happy about that.
That's great to hear. Of course, a preview for the final later today. Sounds like the team is in really good spirits.
今もう決勝戦が決まってますけれども、それに向けてもう日本も準備ができているように感じるんですが、どう思いますか？
決勝までのまずこの一戦やっぱ決勝につながるよう、みんなで力を合わせて頑張っていきたいと思います。
So we really believe that the last game of the qualified makes a move to the final. So we're gonna get concentrate about this game, and hopefully the next game we will win.
Brilliant. Well, all the best for the rest of the day and the rest of the tournament. Back to you, James.
Thanks, Georgia. That was Misaki Katsumata, who is pitching very well for the Japanese team. All their pitches are, and on screen that is Arwen Kavanagh, who will be our starting pitcher. She is throwing to Chelsea Robinson, Jenna Trim at first base. At second is Alyssa Mile, third base Maya Duros, shortstop Tamika Whitefield, in the outfield left to right is Amber Hood, Sarah Rio and Nicole Conacher. We're through all the presentations. We're through the warm-ups. We are all set to go. Australia versus Japan. Game 11 of the Australia Cup. Preview, Fiona, for tonight's final. Natsumi Fujimori to the plate. Japanese League MVP. A feared hitter worldwide. Watches this one through for a ball. We're underway.
Hit a monster home run earlier this morning in the game against New Zealand.
Kavanagh in there for a called strike. It's important to get on the board early, isn't it, for Arwen Kavanagh? It's her first international start.
Nice drop there. Signature pitch there for Arwen. Having a great tournament, 2 strikeouts so far. It's only conceded seven hits, and for a youngster at 17, it's pretty impressive.
And first couple of pitches coming in at 100 and 101 kilometres an hour. So the speed right up there for the teenager.
A nice idea there from Chelsea, looking to mix things up with the pace.
2-2 count, Fujimori. Strikeout looking. Arwen Kavanagh have a dream start.
That's a great start. Just clipped the corner of that outside part of the plate. Stuart Tyler said, thank you very much. Tremendous start here for Arwen.
Kawamura, 313 on the tournament so far. Solid numbers. Gets after the first pitch. Sarah Rio at centre field's got a job here as she picks it up. One bounce off the fence and a stand-up double.
Oh, and that's just power hitting. Just the ability to keep their weight back. Drives this ball centre right. Well read by Sarah. Just launching that ball into second base, preventing the runner from getting any further.
Before this morning's game against New Zealand, they had 16 extra base hits on the tournament so far. Just unbelievable power throughout the entire Japanese lineup. Eri Shimoyama is the hitter, swings at a change-up, and that's a good idea after the previous hitter swung first pitch.
And I think that's what we'll see quite a lot of with the battery combination of Kavanagh and Robinson, just trying to mix things up a bit for this Japanese team.
Back-to-back change-ups. Gutsy pitching from the young Aussie, and it's a good point that you raise about this partnership. Probably the first time these two have worked together at this event. Kavanagh being a teenager and Robinson first time in the Aussie team.
Again, 3 in a row. Nice location outside of the plate. She's got a lot to play with here.
Ball just out of reach and over the fence from Robinson, who was up quickly and all over it. Runner still on 2 for Japan. A 1-2 count for Shimoyama. One of only a few righties in this Japanese lineup. Fouls another one off to stay alive in the count.
And that's nice spot pitching there from Arwen. As we could see, she was going down and away with the change of pace and then up and in tight on the hands, looking to get that cheap pop fly.
Always pitch that one as Shimoyama has fouled the last couple off to stay in the count. She'll go 2-2. Still ahead here, Kavanagh. Tries to bust inside, and we'll go to a full count. That's the quality of the hitting from the Japanese. Behind in the count early and fought back to a full count. Hard hit shot to the right, so just tips the glove of Mile at second. Runner will advance to third.
That's a great effort here from Alyssa Mile. Just couldn't quite get up high enough. Actually think she may have jumped just slightly early. Great effort though. If she didn't get a glove to that would have gone all the way to the fence. So
yeah, it was hit hard and took all of her effort to reach up. And she's a bit taller as well for a middle infielder, Fiona.
She certainly is. Brings to the plate Yamauchi, who had a tremendous game this morning, 3 from 3. And we can see the Aussie team's got a 1-3 split here. They've happened pretty much in almost every second inning so far. So I'll be interested to see if they're going to try something different this time and not go for the standard throw over to 2.
Well, Joyce and I had been talking a lot about this, and that in yesterday's game, Australia sort of resigned the fact that they're going to get a base. So let's restrict the rest of them, because they were taking 3 previously on the throw over and the short cut, and Japan perhaps not giving anything away, knowing that there's bigger fish to fry later on tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd like to see a few more pitch outs and those sorts of things, but to your point, no one wants to show their cards this early, knowing what's coming later today.
I'm trying to spot this one, gets away from Robinson, flicked back to the plate, not in time, and the Japanese player caught in a rundown. A poor throw from Kavanagh allows Shimoyama to move all the way over to third on a pass ball. So effectively, just like we were talking about, the Japanese have taken 3 bases, 2 for Shimoyama and 1 for Kawamura, who scores from third.
Yep.
So dangerous on the base.
They are, and they force the extra throws, James, and I think that's what happens. That's where teams get put under pressure and they maybe rush their throws. Great backing up there from Sarah Rio in centre field, though. So any of the young kids out there watching, making sure that no one spectates in this team. Everybody has a job to do when there's a play.
Yamauchi continues. Count evens up 2-2.
Aussie Spirit, middle infield, right inside the diamond, recognising the speed that's on third base, not wanting to concede another run. She likes the high ones.
Yeah, not the first time we've seen that either. Made Australia pay with a rise ball around about the chin level. She pulled it hard to the right side, 3 RBIs, a base clearing hit off a ball that she shouldn't have even swung at. She just powered it, monstered the ball. Pop up, high ball. Jenna Trim under it and takes a good catch. The first base player can wear a mitt. Catcher can wear a mitt. The rest of the fielders must wear a glove. So that bigger glove, perhaps the preferred option to catch this fly ball.
Yep, definitely. Alyssa Miles says you can have that every day of the week, Jenna. A nice out there though from Owen.
2 out for Yui Nakamizo. Pulls one foul. Who through the first 2 days was not put out. Had 1,000 batting and 1,000 on-base average. More modest 556 batting average.
Yeah, 636 on-base percentage. Just
they're monster numbers. They're huge. Like for anyone at home that doesn't know, they are massive. Hard hit ball, foul.
Again, another high ball. They've just got the ability to keep their hands high. You'll see in their batting stance, their hands are so high and they don't drop them down. So they've got the ability to hit those ones that are at chin level.
This one's a chance for shortstop Tamika Whitefield, and a catch taken in foul territory will end the first inning. Japan still score 1. But Australia looking pretty good.
Well, that's a great effort to get out of that with just 1 run. With a couple of those swings, they looked pretty deadly. But to get away with those pop flies, great pitching there from Owen. So not too much damage done here in the top of the first.
Yeah, we'll see. Tamika Whitefield doesn't take her eye off the ball and takes a great catch. So in review, it was Kawamura's double. The second batter gets into scoring position, advanced from the hit from Shimoyama, and then scoring on a pass ball. So 3 bases, costly for Australia, and that's how Japan scored their first run.
And you touched on it, that's exactly what they do. They just capitalise on any opportunity that they have and just put defensive teams under pressure.
All right, as Japan go through their 5 warm-up pitches, we can go around the diamond. Haruna Nakamura is the pitcher. There she is on screen, throwing to Kumi Ide. Eri Shimoyama at first base. Shiho Suto at second. Yui Nakamizo at third base. Kana Kudo at shortstop, and the outfield left to right, Urara Fujimoto, Risa Kawamura, and Natsumi Fujimori at right field. We'll note that 2 of Australia's top 3 hitters, Taylor Titsakronis, 500 batting average, and Pippa Adkins, 400 batting average, resting in this game. We'll likely see them perhaps against New Zealand and obviously definitely in the final later on tonight.
Yeah, definitely. A great opportunity for others to get some more at-bats against this quality pitcher, Nakamura. He's already pitched 12 innings so far in this tournament. Interesting 6 base on balls, which is not terribly typical for Japanese pitchers, so you'd think she'd want to be tidying that up here for this game.
About to get underway the home half of the first inning. Game 11 of the Australia Cup, Japan versus Australia, preview for tonight's final. Got one in there for a called strike, and we've noted that Nakamura is a down ball pitcher, but great with her spots. She'll work either side of the zone, inside and out, as Whitefield drives this one hard, deep to left field. It's a home run to lead off the first inning.
What a dream start for the Aussie Spirit. Fantastic turning on the ball there. Let that first strike come in. Second pitch, too much ball on the plate, as we see the replay here. Just turned on that ball. Fantastic effort. Well done, Tamika Whitefield, getting Australia off to the dream start. You can see here when she realises heading home to her teammates.
Amazing start from Tamika Whitefield, tying up the game in one swing. Towering blast, and sometimes those hits to the left field line can curl. That one stayed straight and it sailed over. Maya Giros follows that up with a hard shot to the right side, and back-to-back hits for the Aussie Spirit.
Great hitting there by Maya. Just went with the ball, used the outside location of the pitch, lagged the bat head and just drove it hard past Suto at second base.
Great start to the Aussies, bringing up Jenna Trim, who's swinging a hot stick. That's the spots I was just talking about. She can hit the edge, just clipping the ball, clipping the outside edge of the plate, which is all you need for a called strike. There's her numbers on screen, 400 average. Again, that outside edge. So hard to hit as a batter.
You can see they're definitely focusing on that outside of the plate, potentially looking to have Jenna hit into a middle infield double play.
Yeah, not only out of her hitting zone, but to try to get it, force a double through the infield. Change up, has fouled it. Takes a great catch, just blinded by the first base dugout. Not only running with the flight of the ball, but in towards the fence. This is a good look at it. Takes a nice catch.
That's a great catch. That is much harder than it looks. But she turned the right way. and just committed to the ball. She would have had her second base player just letting her know that she was okay. She wasn't in danger of running into the fence. So first out here.
First pitch swinging for Kylie Steamers.
He's had some really solid hits this tournament.
Goes inside, just missing off the plate. And each of the umpires have a slightly different zone, don't they? So if the umpire's not calling that inside pitch, they might only be able to use that as a waste pitch. Up and in. Staying inside on Steamers, so they had a plan against Trim. Keep it away from the hard swinging right-hander for Steamers. Staying inside. That one just hangs over the plate a little bit and goes straight up in the air for Kana Kudo to take a good catch.
Nice range there from the shortstop. Steamers just a fraction early on that change of pace there. Unable to move Giros to second base. Not too far off it though.
Alyssa Mile comes to the plate. She's had a pretty good tournament so far. First pitch swinging up the middle. Third hit of the inning for the Aussie Spirit.
And they are just growing with confidence at the moment. Great hit up the middle. You can see Maya was turning for three, but just not wanting to take on Kawamura's arm in centre field.
Amber Hood batting sixth in this game. First pitch swinging. Hard hit shot to the right side. No one covering one. The runner turns three. Giros scores! Great softball, Fiona Crawford. Amber Hood, line drive to the right side, all smiles.
That's a fantastic piece of hitting there. Fujimori charging in, just not able to get that play in time, and a tremendous head-first dive there by Mia Giros.
Well, catcher wasn't set up for the play at the plate, was she?
No, you could see, Ide was really out of place. That's commitment there, Mia Giros. That's exactly what you've got to do. Commit, go to the outside of the plate. Gosh, she's lightning fast, James.
2 hits in 2 pitches, 4 hits for the inning and 2 runs scored by the Aussies as Chelsea Robinson comes to the plate and Ide sits in the left-handed batter's box basically to stop this flow of hits from the Aussies, break up the momentum.
You can see Ide behind the plate moves around quite a lot. Not where that pitch was supposed to go, because Ide was setting up on the outside. Came in through the middle. 1-3 split again here for the Aussies.
That was Alyssa Mile on screen. On third base, Robinson, a little tricky one. Beats it out. Third run scores. 5th hit of the inning.
This is just fantastic. The momentum continues. Great hustle here by Chelsea Robinson. Kudo just didn't attack that ball as hard as what she should have. Just allowing Chelsea, you can see, giving herself the safe call as she touched, allowing Alyssa Mile to cross home plate.
Sarah Rio comes to the plate. The Japanese defense right in here, even though there's 2 out. On the move in the left-handed box. An advantage being a left-hander, probably why we see so many Japanese. You're a metre closer to first base, and for these left-hand slappers, they're already on the move, breaking that resting inertia so you've got a running start, and that's what we're seeing Sarah Rio do.
Yep, you're exactly right. The temptation is to pull away and start running to first base before you've made connection with the ball. So the key is to run through the batter's box and then take off.
Maybe why she starts with that back foot right in the back corner, inside corner of the box. So close to the plate.
Not dissimilar to what the Japanese lefties do also.
Jammed her, which is a different tactic. Normally for those lefties on the move, down and out, down and away is a tough pitch to hit for a lefty on the move. This one was jammed right up on the letters.
Yep.
Chops at this one, goes foul, the 8th batter of the inning.
Looking to continue this hit fest. 4 hits. It's 5 hits, beg your pardon. It's quite remarkable.
The contribution through the lineup, it's going to be a recipe for any team to be successful. Way outside, change up. Rio good enough to lay off it.
Yeah, you could just see her saying to herself, stay back, stay back.
Two count with 2 out and 2 on. Down in the dirt, will go full. Runners will be on the move.
This is a really good turn at bat here by Sarah. Going deep in the count, making throw a lot of pitches here from Nakamura.
And for those that don't know softball, if there's less than 2 out, the ball has popped up, you've got to tag back up on your base. This time with 2 out, you've got nothing to lose, so you can take off on the pitch. So it's effectively a double steal here for Australia with Sarah Rio on a full count. Fouls it off and will reset. Great battle. Rio was behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. And has fouled a couple off on a full count. So she's at least up to a 8-pitch at bat here. Payoff pitch. Goes foul, and a little bit of chaos, wasn't it? Like, I think Rio thought it was a dead ball. No call, and so she had to run. She was quick up the line.
She was quick. Luckily, it rolled foul. I'm not too sure if it hit her foot or if it bounced off the plate. It was certainly a thud.
I think you're right. I think it bounced off the plate, and that's why Rio thought that it was foul, because...
Yeah.
That was a good pickup. All right. Runners, 1 and 2, 2 out. Full count on Sarah Rio. Chops this one down. Well, it was a good play from the third base, Nakamizo, but she throws it out to right field. Amber Hood scores. It's 4-1.
Wild throw here from the third base. Nakamizo launches that into right field. Nice backing up there by Fujimura, but great hustle there for Sarah.
We'll wait for the official on that play. Do you think she was going to beat that one out? Because if so, she'll get the single and then the run will score on the wild throw.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think she would have legged that out.
It was a 10-pitch at bat, and official scored reaching due to a throwing error from the third base player. Either way, run scores, runners at 1 and 3. It's a 4-1 ball game in the bottom of the first. The 9th hitter of the inning for Australia, Nicole Conacher. Another lefty.
Nice and composed here, the 23-year-old Conacher.
Chops this one to shortstop. Kudo, who makes no mistake this time. Well, Australia, have yourself an inning. They put up a crooked number. They lead it 4-1, courtesy of a home run to Whitefield, a lead-off home run to Whitefield, single to Geros, single to Mile, RBI singles to Hood and Robinson, and then Sarah Rio caused some chaos, chopping one down on a sharp play from Nakamizo at third, but she just couldn't get the throw off, and Australia score 4.
We have never scored 4 runs like that in an innings before, so quite a remarkable start.
Unreal. We're going to cross over to Georgia Rajic. You have a Hall of Famer with us.
Well, Ken, you threw the ceremonial pitch, but my goodness, how about that from the Aussie spirit to get this game underway?
Tell you what, a great first inning. Really put the pressure on Tamika with that first up home run, and then Amber Hood. Like, the girls just got on base and they put pressure on the Japanese defence. So I think that's what we just need to keep doing.
I mean, really, the tone was set early with that first strikeout from Arwen Kavanagh, the 17-year-old, but then just brilliance at bat for Australia. So a great start. Hopefully they keep us up for the rest of the game.
I think they should be able to by the looks of it. Yeah, they're doing an amazing job.
Brilliant. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Georgia. Arwen Kavanagh to continue after very impressive opening from Team Australia. You cannot rest on that, though, against the world number 1.
Get a nice start here from Kavanagh. Opening with a strike. Now, James, whilst this game doesn't necessarily mean anything in terms of the overall standings, you would think it's going to play into the hands of anybody who wins this game. They'll take an enormous momentum and confidence going into the final later today.
Shiho Suto, the hitter, absolutely right, Fiona, is WBSC ranking points up for grabs for each of these games. Each win gets you some WBSC ranking points. Important. Also important is that Australia went down to Japan yesterday by a single run. Right, so if they can win this game, it'll be in the back of the minds of the Japanese that they've got a fight on their hands for tonight's final.
You're exactly right. I feel like this is probably the closest we've come to really beating the Japanese and taking it to them over many years.
Hard hit shot to the left side, and Fiona, it's not by accident either. The Japanese are a professional unit, and they train there 6 hours a day, and they're paid company players. These are genuine professional athletes.
You're exactly right, full-time athletes.
Nice take by Whitefield. Low to the ground on the second bounce. Fires it across to Trim for the first out. On the replay, our expert middle infielder, two-time Olympian Fiona Crawford.
It was a tidy play there by Tamika. Nice bounce, just set up for her. Such a reliable infielder, Tamika Whitefield.
Arwen Kavanagh continues for the Aussies. Struck out the leadoff, gave up a couple of hits, has retired the last 3. Up the middle. Kana Kudo.
And the Aussies had a shift on there, as we see in the replay here. You can see second base. Alyssa Mile is almost hugging that right field line, as we saw on day 1 and day 2. That's predominantly where the Japanese were hitting the ball into that first base, second base hole. So she was moved over a little bit Perhaps Kavanagh just didn't quite get that as inside as what she should have, which led to the hit up the middle. But good to see the Aussies trying new things.
Kumi Ide into the box for Japan. Ooh, hard hit shot straight back to Kavanagh. She recovers to throw out the hitter. The runner advances. Kudo to second. A timeout's going to be called just to check in on the youngster. Doesn't look too fussed, does she?
No, she doesn't look too fussed. She doesn't look too fussed about most things, though, James. I wish I had that composure. Oh, gosh, that's going to sting. But did a great job recovery to get that out. Again, under a lot of pressure. That could have easily been a wild throw, as we saw by the Japanese.
She is shaking her pitching hand. As we see the replay on screen, I can see the pitching circle. She's just shaking that pitching hand a little bit and looks okay.
Taking the time to have a little drink.
Team physio Dave McCaskey late to the scene. He asked for a shout out and, you know, he takes his time to get out there to the injured starting pitcher.
He's got his fancy little red backpack on there. She got a nice pat on the back there from Australian assistant coach Tanya Harding as well. Just checking that she's okay. Who would have had her fair share of bruises in her time in the circle.
After getting hit in the hand, the entire Spirit infield giving her a high five.
Just checking that it was okay.
You got to protect your pitches. So Kumi Ide is retired for the second out. Kana Kudo on second. 9-hitter Urara Fujimoto. For mine, one of the players of the tournament so far. And just goes to show that you don't need to be tall to be a great athlete. And perhaps as, you know, the cause and effect of being hit on the hand, this first pitch to Fujimoto goes to the back net.
Yeah. And it's also a little shaky too when you get hit, when you get a ball hit back at you that hard. It is unsettling. Oh, a late call there by the plate umpire, Stuart Tyler.
Some umpires audible to the catcher and the batter so they know, and then a late hand signal, which confuses the crowd a little bit. But I'm sure Stuart Tyler, veteran umpires, communicating very well with the batters in and around the plate. Fouls it off. And after a loose first pitch, Kavanagh now ahead of the count. Chases, and a good take from Tamika Whitefield, having a game. That's her third play in the field. She's got a solo home run. She'll lead off the home half of the second inning as Australia blank Japan in the second.
You can see on the replay here. That's a high ball. Nice take there by Tamika Whitefield. Again, a really safe pair of hands there, that shortstop. But again, another ball almost chin high there, James, that these Japanese hitters are going after.
Yeah, and you said it perfectly before. They set up high hands, almost like they're sitting on the rise ball, because perhaps for most pitchers, I'm not saying every pitcher, most pitchers, their down ball's their fastest pitch, which means that their rise ball's a little bit slower, which means that you can attack it. And if it is where your hands are, still a flat swing.
You're exactly right. Tamika Whitefield, just the dream start for her. Her and her siblings, all extremely talented ball players. Tells a story that as a kid she spent almost every afternoon playing yard ball, World Series yard ball with her siblings.
Aaron, Kynan, who am I forgetting?
Oh, now you've got me.
And her parents, both great ball players.
can just imagine the celebration she would have had if she hit a home run against her siblings in the backyard. Apparently there was no love lost.
Yeah, attacking that outside edge on Whitefield after she delivered a massive blow to start off the first inning for the Aussies on a high inside. Trying to keep it out of her power zone as she gets bat on ball, foul ball this time.
A nice adjustment there from Tamika. You can see she's got 2 strikes on her. She's really just shortening up her swing, looking to get the ball in play.
That home run was her 3rd RBI of this tournament. Great contribution, as she's also walked 4 times, hit by pitch once as well, so a high on base average. Oh, I missed that one. Was that one on the inside?
Yeah, down and low. Obviously just clipped the inside of the plate.
Well, that's credit to Japan, setting up Whitefield, busting her outside, and then to cut her in half on an inside for the strikeout. 1 out. Here's Maya Juros.
Having a great tournament so far. We can see the batting average of 300. And as we said at the outset, James, if you're batting 300, you're normally in the top stats of a tournament.
Outside for a ball, and that average will go up because she had a single in the last inning.
Yeah, that nice drive to right field.
Down and in. Change of pace. Juros fouls that one off. And Vienna, we mentioned how Nakamura likes to work her spot. She's got good speed and good movement on the down ball, but that's what she's got. It's a down ball and a change up. Generally speaking, that'll get you through most games, but at international level, you probably need 1 or 2 more tricks, which I'm sure they'll work with this young pitcher.
Again, down and in. Looking to get Maya just to chase one that's way down in the zone. Keep an eye out for a change of pace.
Count goes full with 1 out. Home half of the second. Australia looking to build on their lead as Juros chases one. And it's high and well taken in the end by Nakamizo at third base for Japan.
Just off that ball. You can see she got quite a lot of it, sent it sailing pretty high in the air. Just didn't quite get the hands up to it. Nice take there by Nakamizo at third base.
3-hitter is Jenna Trim. 2 out. Chases the first one foul. Of the 9 batters that went to the plate in the first inning for Australia, Jenna Trim was the first retired. But that is not what has been happening this tournament. 4 walks and 6 hits. Has been unreal this tournament. 1,000 slugging percentage, a 476 on base average. There's the power for extra base hits as that one lands between 3 Japanese players trying to chase that one down.
see they're really peppering the outside of the plate. Not giving Jenna anything on the inside half of the plate.
Swing and a miss, and the Japanese coaches will be thinking that's more like it. 1, 2, 3, 2 strikeouts for Nakamura.
Tidy innings there from the Japanese. Looks like we've got a pitching change, James. Perhaps that hard hit ball back to Kavanagh may have done a little bit more damage to her hand, bringing to the circle Kaya Parnaby.
Do you think the plan coming into this game would have been Kavanagh for as long as she could go, seeing as that they have a final against Japan later?
Yes, I would have thought so. She may come on against New Zealand, though. Put some ice on that hand. But great to see Kaya coming into the circle, a really seasoned professional, having played many seasons over in the Japanese professional leagues. She knows these players inside out.
Yep, the veteran lefty, Olympian, multiple national championships, a 12-year career in Japan. Kaya Parnaby has now moved into coaching as well, coaching some of the New South Wales junior teams. Wouldn't that be a thrill to turn up to a state training and be coached by the likes of Kaya?
And I think that's one thing that softball in Australia is doing incredibly well at the moment, is using its recently retired players. I'm not saying Kaya's one of them, but the likes of Stacey McManus, Michelle Cox in New South Wales. I certainly know there's many others around the country that are coaching junior teams. And it's so important. I think it's fabulous that the Aussie Spirit have got the likes of Kim Tolinaire and Tanya Harding, but just having the recency of players like McManus, who players have grown up watching, and as you said, like, what a buzz being able to be coached by those.
All right, through F5 warm-up pitches. We go back to the top of the order for Japan. Natsumi Fujimori to resume. A strikeout victim to Arwen Kavanagh. That was her one and only strikeout in her 2 innings of work. Did give up a run from 3 hits. And Fujimori trying to get a jump on the Aussies, but fouling off. There is some movement in the Japanese bullpen. And movement in the Aussie bullpen.
As you can see there, Katsumata just rolling her arm over in the bullpen.
Nice piece of the ball. It looked like she was reaching for it as it goes over the head of Sarah Rio. She takes a tough bounce off the fence. Tamika Whitefield with the relay. Not in time. A triple for Fujimori to lead off the 3rd inning.
And that speed, and that's just aggression there. As we can see, Sarah Rio just appeared to come in, perhaps just misread that fly. Chasing back. And unfortunately, just a little bobble as she went to field it, which is enough, as we've said, for the Japanese to take that extra base.
Kawamura hit a double with her first at-bat. Aussie infield inside the line. And aggressively, Giros is about halfway down. Closer than 2/3, but not quite halfway.
Yep, all of the Aussie Spirit right inside the baseline, looking to protect that runner, knowing full well that having a 3-run lead is a big lead against Japan, so then they wouldn't want to be conceding anything else.
That's Stephanie Trzynski in the bullpen. It looks like she had a big slip just then.
She did have a slip there. Hopefully she's okay.
Well, we'll keep our eye on Steph Brzezinski as Kai Parnaby will start. 2 balls, no strike. Oh, Giros right on the spot there. Was checking the runner at 3, so gave up an infield single for Kawamura. What's the play there, Fee?
Yeah, it's interesting. She probably just held on to it for a fraction too long. I think if she could have done a dummy throw to first base, she probably would have caught the Fujimori a little bit off guard. You could see she was banking on her throwing to first base and would have taken off. So maybe just a dummy throw could have caught her off guard.
Shimoyama, the hitter, with a 1-3 split. Another 1-3 split. Aussie defence showing the middle infield, covering the centre of the diamond, which means that Giros has to back to third. Bunt play could be on here. Instead, she chops it to Jenna Trim at first. Bounce throw back to Robinson, who's running back. The runner back to 3. And Giros on the spot for the tag out. Great defensive play by the Aussies.
Well done by Jenna Trim there. Smart play. She could have been tempted to field that ball and come forward on the tag, but Fujimori indicated that she was going to steal home, so had no choice but to make that throw.
Yeah, good recovery from Robinson here because Trim's bounced that one, and Fujimori hesitated when she saw that Trim was coming back to the plate, and Australia deny the lead runner.
And another great play by the Aussies, affecting the tag at third base, not at home plate. That's one thing when you're in a squeeze play. You don't want to be making a tag at the advancing base. You want them going back to the original base.
High for a ball. Yamauchi, here's another look. Good softball all round, very entertaining this matchup. Australia versus Japan, it's 4-1. Kai Parnaby wants time with 4 seconds to go. Parnaby wants the count just to ensure it's a 2-ball count, 3-ball count. And timeout just to clarify, confirm here, because the catcher, Chelsea Robinson, has just changed her mind on what pitch to throw with a 3-ball count. Runners at 1 and 2. And we'll walk the bases loaded.
To throw to Nakamizo. Hit a fly ball to shortstop the last turn at bat. Interested to see if the middle infielders play back here, James, and try to get the double play. Doesn't look like they are. Looks like they're coming inside to get that force out at home.
Go for one at a time, or try to get the double up to first after forcing the lead runner at the plate. Nakamizo, batter in the box, hits this one high into foul territory.
And good commitment there by Giros and Tamika Whitefield. Probably wasn't deep enough to let them have that bounce. Quite often when there's fly balls with loaded bases, the outfielders opt not to take it so that they don't concede a run.
Nice pitch in. Kai Parnaby Really affecting Nagamizo's balance there. She really backed away and took a hand off the bat. So even if she got connection, it would have been a miss hit, but gets her swinging at a bad pitch. Set up pitch to go down and away is fouled deep to the right side, and the call from the Aussie infield probably there would have been, don't catch it.
Yep, leave it. You're exactly right.
Because it would have been an easy sacrifice fly then for the runner from third to score. And by not catching it, you're effectively not allowing that run to score. High hit ball, it's in shallow centre field with the Aussie defence. Sarah Rio diving catch, the runner wasn't tagging up, but has time as Rio has to recover, stand and throw. But what a brilliant play from the Aussie centre fielder.
What a brilliant catch there from Sarah Rio. You can see she read it so well off the bat. Full length dive. Brilliant. They're the types of catches that outfielders dream of.
Yeah, great play from Sarah Rio. There's Kawamura scoring on the sacrifice fly. Japan reduced the lead. It's 4-2. Runners still at 1 and 2. In there for a called strike on Shiho Suto. Oh, just highlight reel after highlight reel for all three teams in the Australia Cup. Suto, 412 average on the tournament so far. So close on that back foot to the line. It's been rubbed out, so I wonder if she's even taking an extra couple of centimetres.
Yeah.
And again, that Australian infield shift sees Alyssa Mile playing in the back pocket of Jenna Trim. You watch her here, how deep she goes and really closing that gap between first and second.
Right, that's a big shift. But again, looking to try different things here. It's predominantly where the Japanese were hitting in that hole previously.
Hard hit ball high in the air. Sarah Rio, early call. Takes a good catch. Japan strike back, but only just the one run, thanks to some great fielding from that player on screen, Sarah Rio.
And a great recovery too from Sarah. That lead-off hitter hit the ball, went over her head, maybe misjudged it just slightly, but reading this one really well, calling off Nicole Conacher, saying I've got this under control after my Specky, the hitter before.
Here's another view of it. Sarah Rio, early call, gets under it and comfortably takes a good catch. Australia lead it in the middle of the third inning, 4-2. They'll have the advantage of batting last in this game as the home team. And thanks to Georgia, she's checked in on Steph Trzynski after she's taken a spill in the bullpen warming up. And she waved, she smiled, and she continued on her way.
Are we going to have a replay of it? I'm not sure if Steph would want us to replay that. Dust herself off. She's all right. Breed them tough in South Australia, don't they, James?
Good to see. Yeah, absolutely.
Perhaps not one for the highlight reel for Steph.
Nakamura to continue for Japan. We're in the home half of the third. Australia leading 4-2. Kylie Steamers to lead it off. First pitch swinging. It's a change up. Nice play from Nakamizo at third for the first out.
You can see that was a nice knuckleball from Nakamura. Now, if the Aussies can pick that up, if they can pick up that slight knuckle change on her backswing before she goes into her pitch, they may be able to pick that up.
That change up, so using it more as a regular pitch than just a surprise weapon in the arsenal. As we go through halfway through the second time in the order for Australia, as Mile fouls that one off, and Fiona, after the 4 runs have scored, Nakamura and the Japanese team have retired the last 5 in a row.
Yeah, they do look locked in now. Aussies just want to peg that run back, extend the lead to 3 again.
Just checks the swing a little and it just goes foul.
Interesting fact about Alyssa Miles, she's broken every finger except for the pinky on her left hand. So I'm not quite sure how she holds that.
Was it one incident or several?
I don't have that level of information.
That is fascinating. Another change up.
As we can see, Ide behind the plate. The Japanese catchers are renowned for moving around quite a lot. But she's almost jumping from inside to outside, trying to put Alyssa Mile off. Get her guessing where the pitch is going to go.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the third. Down in the dirt. There's a single for Alyssa Mile. Breaks a string of 5 retired in a row and collects Australia's 6th hit of the game. It's her second.
Well done, Alyssa. Threw her hands at the ball. Gee, historically, the Aussies haven't hit opposite field very well. We've always been known as pull hitters, but I think what Kerry Porter and the team have done is worked really well on that offside field hitting.
Another change up is pulled. Just foul. And Amber Hood just denied.
Those ones are funny, such different feelings. As a hitter, you're willing it to stay in, and as a player, you're almost breathing for it to go out. Big call there from James English, signalling that very early it was foul.
Had an RBI single her first plate appearance in this game. Little chopper that goes up the middle. And Japan roll a pair to get out of the inning. Alyssa Mile caught short. It was a great little play from Kudo to Sudo. Here's another look, Fee.
Now this is what they do. They do well. Pitcher quite rightly left that. Great hop there. And fantastic turn there. They're just so quick with the turn. You look at how quick it goes in the glove. It's not in there for more than a nanosecond, and she fires over.
Over to Georgia with another guest.
That's right. I'm here with a very special guest, Marie Holden. Of course, it's a very special anniversary happening this year. 1996 was a great year, if you ask me. Can you tell me a little bit about what the plans are for in August?
Excellent, thank you. It is a great year. 1996 was the first time softball played at the Olympics, and so this year is the 30th anniversary. So we're going to have a lot of fun on August the 8th in Brisbane with a dinner to celebrate not only the 1996 team, which we'll have most of them in attendance, but also recognise and celebrate those who came before that helped us to get to that stage.
A wonderful way to celebrate such an important legacy in the history of Australian softball. How can people find out more information or get in touch to find out the details?
Certainly, they can reach out to myself or to Gmail address, softball, AUST, alumni, so ALUMNI, and at gmail.com. So reach out to us, all the more, the better.
Well, great to hear, and of course, looking forward to hearing more about these legacy events in due time. Back to you, James.
Thanks, Georgia. Great initiative. 30 years, Fiona, since Atlanta.
I remember watching it very early in the morning. Just trailblazers. Remarkable achievement. Bronze at our first Olympics.
Kana Kudo to lead off the fourth inning. Hard hit shot up the middle. Buzzers past Parnaby. Lead off on.
High ones up there, probably just not high enough to get her to pop up. High hands. You can see there, James, she really rolled her wrist, almost like she picked up the rise ball early, knowing that for her to get on top of it, she really had to come over it with her wrists.
That's the second hit for Kudo in this game. Was a super sub in the first game between Australia and New Zealand earlier in this tournament. On day one, went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. She was the difference in that game. All the way back on day one, Japan won that encounter 7-4. Japan blanked Australia on day two 5-0. And then yesterday, the epic 6-5 game, Japan winning it on a wild pitch. And on day 4, game 11 of this tournament, Australia with the advantage. It's 4-2 here in the fourth, but Kudo with that single gives a lead-off base runner for Japan, and Kumi Ide. Hard hit shot to Whitefield, who's going to roll a pair.
And that's the ideal spot that you want the hitter to hit into. Great spot pitching there by Kaya Parnaby. Fantastic play there by Tamika Whitefield, backing herself to get the job done.
Well, Kana Kudo, whatever you can do, I can do too, says Tamika Whitefield. A double play to end that last hitting inning for Australia, and Whitefield denies Japan here in the fourth. 2 outs. Pretty quickly too, as the 9-hitter Urara Fujimoto comes to the plate.
And that's a really big double play, James, because we know how dangerous the Japanese are when they get their lead-off hitter on. And in a 4-2 ball game, if they had have moved that runner into scoring position, looking at what's coming up, they're coming up to the top of their lineup, it could have been dangerous for the Aussie team. So, again, great play, Tamika.
Oh-2, Parnaby ahead of the count on the pocket rocket from Japan. Hands right up the handle. You see that she falls away on her swing, so she's looking to pull the ball maybe down and away. This one's a little higher inside. Fouls it off. Fujimoto can move, has stolen bases, extra base hits in this tournament. It's cool as you like. That one looked too close to leave. A great eye, the Japanese hitters. One, 2 with 2 out. Australia lead by 2. This one goes to shallow left field. Amber Hood takes a great catch on the run. Defense on display for both teams here, Australia versus Japan.
That's a great catch there by Amber Hood. Came off the bat. I have to say I did hold my breath for a minute. I couldn't quite see whose call it was, but as we know, outfielders should always override the infielders. Much easier to take a ball running into it as opposed to running back.
Yeah, well done. Both players got to it, and Whitefield did the right thing there to allow the left fielder to take the catch. Amber Hood
says, I'll have that one, skipper.
Well, we've reached the halfway point of the game, and although it was Japan that scored first, when Kavanagh for Australia got through 2 innings, only gave up the 1 run, but it was Australia's first inning that they scored for. They took 9 to the plate, a home run to Whitefield to lead off. Giros then followed that up with a line drive to right field. Alyssa Mile had a single up the middle, and then RBI singles to Hood and Robinson, and then Sarah Rio effectively an RBI, putting the ball into play, causing a wild throw from Japan, and that's how 4 runs were plated. Dream start from Australia. Japan has got one back to reduce the margin. It's 4-2 as we go to the home half of the 4th. James Harris and Fiona Crawford, 2 Olympic medals, 2000 and 2004. Silver still remains Australia's best result at an international event since the 99 World Cup. And then the gold up the middle, Chelsea Robinson. Trying to talk you up, Fiona. Chelsea interrupts us with a single.
She can do that as long as she wants. Gosh, she's having a great game. Well done. Great piece up the middle. She hit that ball to shortstop her first turn of bat and legged it out. Can jog it up there to first. Big opportunity here for the Aussies.
2 hits for Robinson in the game. Sarah Rio into the box.
We just need to put this ball into play. And James, it's not just as easy to lay down a sacrifice bunt against the Japanese. You have to have pinpoint precision. Should be aiming directly back at the pitcher, just knowing how quickly the corners swoop.
And there they are, fielding right on the end of the bat, seemingly as well, because you'd be able to see the first and the third players in your peripheral vision. Although you're focusing on the pitcher, those Japanese defenders are right on you.
One Japanese player that was renowned for doing that, getting in almost dangerously close to third base, is the Japanese head coach, Rika Utsugi. She had such a presence about her when she played third base. Almost felt like she could touch the bat. At times she'd get that close.
One and two. Robinson, the runner on first. Chops this one into the right side. Sarah Rio with a single. The throw comes in quick, smart. And Fiona, every batter in the Australian lineup in this tournament has a hit now, courtesy of that Sarah Rio hit.
That is amazing.
Well, 1 month ago, the USA denied Australia a run. And I can tell you, looking at the stat sheet right here, 12 Australian batters all registering a hit in this tournament.
It's fantastic. And you can just see, they almost look like a different team, James. They're holding themselves, their body language is different. Their at-bats they're in tune with their game. They're in tune with each other. And it's really fantastic to see. And kudos to Kerry Porter, the head coach, who committed to doing things differently. She said, be patient, it's going to take some time, but we will see results.
Yeah, and to turn it around in a month as well. And amazing effort, considering she didn't have them for a week as well, as each of the players were representing their respective states at the Gilly Shield, the Australian Women's National Championship. Oh, gets away from the catcher. Both runners will advance. Robinson to 2, Rio to 3. And Conacher now with an empty base.
It's a rare wild pitch there from Nakamura. Aussies pounced on it. And James, you make a good point. These players are pretty tired. They've had a lot of softball in the last 6 weeks. Gilly Shield, Chinese Taipei.
Well, add the Chinese Taipei series. Some of them playing in the under-23 tournament. Bastion and Arwen Kavanagh both also played under-18s as well as under-23s.
It's a lot of softball, but look, they're reaping the rewards.
That
on the
one's clipped
inside.
the elbow guard. The Japanese are protesting even. But if it clips any part of the body or protective gear and there's no swing, it is a dead ball and the runner will advance to first. This loads the bases and brings up Australia's leadoff, Tamika Whitefield. Did you see the replay then? I had my eyes on the card.
It did. It looked like it clipped the inside of a glove. I think the Japanese heard the noise and perhaps thought it had hit the bat somehow.
Change up. No swing. And defensively, Japan's infield trying to stop that run from scoring and Australia advancing that lead. However, Whitefield's got power. Even a metre either side of these defenders will guarantee a run, because when she hits them, they stay hit. How's this one off? So placement's going to be important. Otherwise, all power, something to the outfield's going to score a run. They're pretty deep, the Japanese defenders, so a fly ball will affect a sacrifice fly even. So plenty of ways to score a run here, Team Australia. None out. Change up. Great catch. And turns a double. Wow, what a play from Shiho Sudo. Had to climb the ladder to take the catch. Almost ice creams it to complete the play and then flips over to 1 for the double.
Oh, that's a nice take there by Suto. And good heads up to notice that Nicole was off the base. Double play. Unfortunate there for the Aussies, but they've still got an opportunity. Still runners on 2 and 3 with Giros coming to the plate. She had a great hit, her first at bat. You can see here, Tamika waited so well on that ball. Again, smart play there by the Japanese.
That's the third double play in 3 innings. 2 to Japan and 1 to Australia.
Nothing if not entertaining, these two sides.
Well, this game's had it all, and a couple of lead changes and 3 double plays, a home run, a happy home crowd.
And there's a lot of support out here at Downy Park for the Aussies.
Wyatt Giros has a single in this game. Has a handful of hits in this tournament. Make it 7 already for the debutante just 4 days ago. In the dirt, and will load the bases with that, base on balls.
That's a great turn at bat there from Maya. Bringing up to the plate, Jenna Trim. Japanese know all too well what she's capable of.
Well, there's nowhere to put her, so you can't walk the runner, walk the batter. It'll score a run.
Interesting. You can see Nakamura shaking off Ide a couple of times.
Wanted to change up. The Aussie powerhouse, Jenna Trim. Fouls this one off.
Got a real opportunity here with 2 outs. The runners will be getting a big jump. So any hit to the outfield's a chance of scoring at least 2.
Not only does she have 6 hits in the tournament, 11 RBIs, she's also got a couple of sacrifice flies as well. So has the power. In a Trim fouls this one off. Tamika Whitefield is the courtesy runner for Chelsea Robinson, who led off this inning with a single. Sarah Rio then chopped one to right field. Conacher was hit by pitch. Whitefield hit into a double, and Maijuros with a walk. Nice fielding from Nakamura to get Japan out of a jam. They had loaded bases twice and did not give up a run.
Nice fielding there, Nakamura. This is a really hard hit ball. Almost just went straight into the glove of the pitcher there. Had that taken even a slightly different bounce, that would have scored at least 2 runs.
Loaded bases with none out. They roll a pair on a hard hit line drive. And then almost in her follow through, fielded that one. Another pitching change, Fiona. Stephanie Trzynski is going to come in. So Australia pitching by committee. We had Arwen Kavanagh start. She threw 2. Then it was Kaya Parnaby, the lefty. She came in and threw 2. Here is Steph Trzynski to throw the 5th inning of this game.
And more importantly, throwing the 5th innings of this game to one of her best mates, Chelsea Robinson, who, these two know each other like the back of their hand. And I know you can comment more to this, James, having, watched them on a regular basis in the SA League. But, fantastic to see them both getting the opportunity.
Played at Junior Worlds together as well, bronze medalists in Canada. Not sure it was in Saskatchewan, but managed to go to Canada and bring home a bronze medal at a Junior Worlds together. That was after they won the Under-19 National Championship in 2015. So the Australian pitchers, Arwen Kavanagh threw to 9 batters and one run over 2 innings. Kai Parnaby threw to 9 batters for 1 run over 2 innings. If Trzynski can do that, Australia will still lead after 6. Let's see how that plays out. Back to the top of the order, Fujimori. A strikeout and a triple.
As we see that high knee lift from Fujimori. This is a big innings here for the Aussie Spirit team. They really need to contain the Japanese. They are so dangerous in the back half of games.
Yeah, relentless, aren't they? They never say die. They've always got their foot on the pedal.
See there, Steph doing a bit of maintenance there in the circle. It's a little bit hard to see on the camera, but it is incredibly lumpy out there, taking into account, as you said, this is the 3rd Aussie pitcher We had Kaya in there, who's obviously a lefty. He's got a very different stride length. So you can see there's a number of different holes in that pitching circle.
Nice pitch from Trzynski. Yeah, the fourth pitcher of the game. Nakamura's pitched all 4 so far for Japan. Big crowd building here at Downy Park. Trzynski just backed off the plate. I don't think they'll restart the clock, so she's got 6 seconds to deliver this pitch into her motion with plenty of time.
Oh, great pitch.
Strikeout swinging, just the second strikeout for Japan in this game, and only the fourth strikeout in the game altogether.
It's a great pop there from Steph. As we know, they like the high ones. They typically can get their hands up to that, but just had that pop at the right moment.
And Trzynski, a rise ball pitcher. She's gone through phases of her career. In her younger days was a cutter or a screwball pitcher, and after some difficulties within the forearm, she had to change her style and develop the rise ball. Went away to college to develop the drop ball, and now has a full bag of tricks.
Lots in her tool belt.
Inside pitch, and Trzynski is the dominant force in the Softball SA Premier League. She's won 2 of the MVP awards, the Kath Coral Medal, and 3 times runner-up. Those 3 times, she only played half a season. Good hitter as well.
Oh, that's a great drop ball there. Gee, she's hitting her spot, Steph Trzynski. She's come in here back-to-back K2s. Just what the Aussie Spirit need in here in the 5th innings.
Yeah, great start in the 5th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Trzynski. Just having a chat with Chelsea Robinson as Shimoyama comes to the plate. And Japan seemingly need a spark. The 3-hitter, generally your best hitter in the lineup, up to bat. First pitch swinging after 2 strikeouts, and Sarah Rio makes that one look easy in a 1-2-3 inning for the Australian defence.
What a way to come into the game, Steph Trzynski. 2 K2s and an easy fly ball out to Sarah Rio. That's a great innings. Only 2 more opportunities for the Japanese to try and claw this lead back.
Those that know the Japanese know that that's all they need. You don't give them a chance. You've got to strangle all the oxygen out of this game, and that's why I think this is a brilliant move from the Australian coaching staff to pitch by committee. 9 batters for Arwen, 9 batters for Kaya.
Yeah, just not letting the Japanese hitters get settled. I think we could, looking at the different style of each of the pitchers, Kavanagh to Parnaby to Trzynski, you can see that they've got different rhythms, they've got different ball movement. We saw that fantastic drop ball that Steph just threw. So,
yeah, not allowing the Japanese hitters to settle, are they? Well, let's go to the home half of the 5th inning. Kylie Steamers to lead it off, and Australia looking for a couple of insurance runs, you'd think. Couple more games to go today. Australia versus New Zealand to round out the preliminary round of this Australia Cup. Steamers swings first pitch and will fly out to Fujimori at right field. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Nice change of pace there from Nakamura.
You've got a function to go to, Fiona Crawford, after this, so we're hoping to hear from you in the pre-game of the grand final, so don't get too messy at your function.
Shapes to bunt there. Yes, I've got the pleasure of inducting 3 legends of the game into the Softball Australia Hall of Fame, one of which was Chelsea Falcon, who threw the first pitch. Justine Smethurst, one of our phenomenal pitchers, and the GOAT, Stacey Porter.
Just off the end of the bat, it's going to be tough for Nakamizo at third. Actually makes it look easy in the end as Alyssa Mile is thrown out of 5-3.
She certainly wouldn't want to repeat the throw from earlier in the game that went to right field. Nice tidy play there. 2 up, 2 down here for the Japanese.
Change up outside on Amber Hood. Who's had a hit in each of her last 3 games. RBI, her first turn up at bat today in that big 4-run first inning for the Aussies. On the change-up. Oh, it falls in between second and right field. Probably the right field's play there. And Fiona, you said it before, the outfield has the call on those.
Yeah, you don't normally see that from the Japanese. Definitely the right fielder's ball. Fujimori should have called Suto off. That would have been a tough play for the second base to try and take, but Aussies capitalising on that, bringing Robinson to the plate.
And tough on Amber. There's another look on the replay. The official scorers have called that an error to the second base player, Shiho Suto. Maybe because it should have been the right fielder's catch. Robinson fouls this one off.
Yeah, if only it didn't tip her glove. Would have been classed as a hit.
Yeah.
But again, yet another runner on base here for the Aussies.
And Hood can move. She's a base stealing player in the Premier League in South Australia, and with the Stars at National Championships. Chelsea Robinson up to bat. I wonder if they'll send her with 2 out. Down and in the dirt. Nice pick up from Midday. Going to drop short of Suto at second base and make the out, and that'll do it in the 5th inning. Australia will still lead 4-2. Let's cross over to Georgia Rajic.
That's right. I'm here with Shannon Keevers, Aussie Spirit star. Unfortunate late withdrawal for you out of this series, but you still have a role here with the team.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing that I couldn't be out there with the girls this week. We just thought it was best if I give it a few more weeks, so I'm ready for, we have a big year of softball to come. So my role here at the moment is just helping scout and hopefully with the players find just something that can help us get an advantage over the other teams. So that's pretty much my role this week.
So you're pretty much like an additional coach, but like a player perspective too. But let's talk a little bit about this game at hand. Aussie's looking pretty good so far, up 4-2. We're about to go into the 6th innings. How are you feeling? Is it hard to be on the sideline? Do you want to be out there too?
Yeah, it's so hard. I'm sitting behind centre field is usually where I play, so I'm trying to cheer as loud as I can and support as much as I can, but I want to be out there so bad. But the girls are doing so good. Their pitch selection is really good. I just want a few more runs on the board to really just put a nail in the coffin.
Just have that little bit of a deep breath, a little bit more sense of relief going into the end of this match. Thank you so much for joining us, Shannon. We hope to see you back on the diamond very, very soon. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Georgia, and thanks to Shannon Keevers. Very keen onlooker, part of the Aussie Spirit squad. Steph Drzezinski to continue Top of the 6th inning, Australia with a 2-run buffer. And that shift on the field for Yamauchi, the hitter in the box. We know she likes the high ones, and Steph Trzynski is a rise ball pitcher.
Yeah, coming into the meaty part of their lineup here. 4, 5, 6. You heard Kivas talk about the scouting that she's doing. That's it's been a real focus for Kerry Porter and the assistant coaches is putting the scouting back on the players, so they own the scouting. They get to understand what other pitchers throw to them, what the sequences are that they like to use to diffuse the Aussie hitters. And again, we talk about the 1%ers. Those sort of things are the difference between being in the right position, setting up for the right pitch, and just being unprepared. So certainly paying dividends so far.
Expert commentary from two-time Olympic medalist Fiona Crawford. Probably doesn't do you justice just saying that. A Hall of Famer, and you would have played in over a dozen national championship finals as well for the New South Wales Fire Stars.
Yes, there were many a final played here at Downy Park against the mighty Queensland side.
Strikeout, swinging on the down ball. Jamming Yamauchi. 3 strikeouts from the 4 batters faced for Trzynski.
Gosh, she's got some movement at the moment, James. Just doing a fantastic job. See Yamauchi just lifting her head there, not keeping her nose down on that critical drop ball.
Missing on the outside edge for Nakamizo, who's got an RBI in this game, a sacrifice fly back in the 3rd.
Always great to get the lead-off out. Steph's been so effective in that department. K2 for the first batter last innings. Strikeout again in this innings. So always great to get the lead off. Takes a little bit of the pressure off.
Nice again from Trzynski. That drop ball's off the table at the moment.
Yeah, the Japanese just aren't adjusting to that. You could see that they were certainly getting onto a lot of the rise balls. But the battery of Robinson and Trzynski are really making use of that drop ball and the off speed.
(3-1) Nakamizo. Hard hit shot up the middle. Nakamizo knew on a 3-1 it was going to be around the mark, and she just drove her hand straight back up the middle.
Solid hit there. Gets the all-important runner on first base.
That's Japan's 7th hit. So much to the credit of the Aussie defence that they've just reduced them to 2 runs to this point in the game. Job's not done yet, just the one out here in the 6th. Runner on 1, chose bunt. And for the first time in this tournament, I think we've seen Japan show bunt anywhere later than the first inning.
You're exactly right. Even with two runs down, looking to sack bunt and not hit their way out of this.
Fouls it off. Shiho Suto.
And lots to play with here for the Spirit battery. No balls, 2 strikes. They want to get creative here and not give too much of the ball over the plate.
Gee, that was almost a half slap as she tried to pull that inside pitch. Japan, don't ever underestimate Japan. There's always a way, there's always a reason why they're doing things, but they seem like they've lost their shape a little bit as this game's gone on in the batter's box.
That's a really good observation. And they're not doing anything different in the box. They're really not adjusting to the different Aussie pitches. I know this is a dead rubber, but we're not seeing any hit and runs. We're not seeing any steals. You wouldn't want to think they would concede a loss at any point, though.
On the move. Mile makes that play. She would have been in two minds, especially because that runner, Nakamizo, at full speed running past her as she's fielding the ball. Then she's got to decide whether she's going to go to the lead runner. And then she knew that she doesn't have much time to get Suto, who's quick down the line.
Yeah, that was a great play. Very easy to get distracted by the base runner that's running in front of you. So well done. She just kept her head down and got rid of that ball super quick.
2 out. Kana Kudo. Strike on the outside edge, and Trzynski will go ahead of the count. Australia sticking with this shift with that second base player playing really tight down the right side. Nice ball.
And
out of the zone.
Quite deep as well. It's the miles almost just inside the grass there. Kudo with a hot bat. 2 hits straight up the middle, her last 2 at-bats.
Just missing.
They wanted that one. The Japanese hitters are just letting themselves get into a bit of trouble. They're letting themselves get to 2 strikes down.
Just missing on the outside edge. And we'll go full with 2 out, runner on 2. Australia leading by 2 here in the top of the 6th. Kanakudo already 2 hits in this game. Pops it up. Alyssa Mile under it, takes a catch, denies Japan. Australia will take that 2-run lead into the home half of the 6th.
Wow, they are 3 outs away from a win against the number 1 team in the world. And they've got a couple more chances to extend that lead right here. Sarah Rio is going to lead things off. As you can see here, just that pop fly. Nicely taken there by Alyssa Mile. Nice loud calls. Japan looking to stick with Nakamura in the circle. Aussies have had her measure so far here this afternoon at Downy Park. And what's getting to be quite hot and humid, James.
Yeah, the humidity is going to rise looking at the Bureau's website as the day goes on. So this is probably going to be probably the hottest part of the day. The most humid and sticky part of the day is going to become finals time.
Makes for fun movement for the pitchers though, right?
Absolutely. Not that Trzynski needs any more movement. She's moving it everywhere. Sarah Rio is going to kick off the home half of the 6th. She has reached twice. Both times she's taken the plate today. Chops this one down and it will go foul. She has a familiar swing every time in the box, so I'm not surprised the Japanese outfielder are probably in a little bit on this hitter, as are the Japanese infielders.
And also the outfield too. The outfield appear to have come in also.
Yep.
So looking to diffuse that Texas Liga in between infield and outfield.
Fans that one on the outside edge, trying to drag it to the right side. Goes behind the count 0-2. Nicole Conacher awaits in the on-deck circle. She's the number 9 hitter. In the dirt, which means that we will turn it around to the top of the order and Tamika Whitefield. That's good hitting. Instead of fanning at the 1-2 pitches earlier, trying to pull it, drag it to the right side. There's Coach Kerry Porter. She was ducking for cover on that one. Sarah Rio was actually able to get her hands to the outside and drive it opposite field.
It just really kept that front left shoulder in.
Foul tip. Stays alive.
Just sneak that to stay in the box.
Masaki Katsumata, interestingly, in the bullpen, just giving herself some warm-ups as Rio fouls that one. They're not in there for no reason.
This is true.
There's Katsumata.
Particularly when they've got a game off after this.
Down in the dirt, Rio battling 2-2. Well, I don't think we've seen a pitcher go the distance throughout this tournament. I could be wrong, but generally speaking, there has been changes around about the 4th, 5th innings for most teams. As Rio pops this one up first base, Shimoyama is going to catch this one for the first out. So maybe Nakamura is on a short leash here in the 6th.
I think you could be right. See here on the replay. Disappointed with that. She had a really good battle in the box. Just couldn't get up to that high ball. It was Conacher to the plate.
Drop ball pitcher, Nakamura. Another one in the dirt. 273 is an honest average from the 9 hitter for the Aussie Spirit. Chops at this one, goes foul. These lefties on the move are chopping and fouling a lot off. Just makes me wonder if they should sit back in the box a little bit and try and drive one.
Yep.
Strike called on the outside edge.
For those that are new to softball or not too familiar with the battery, you'll see here the catcher quite often gives 2, 3 or 4 signals. One's pitch, location, quite often a dummy.
Nice catch. She may have hurt herself, Fujimoto. Let's keep the camera right there as she recovers. She complete that play in the dirt? Is that why she's...
We'll have to look at the replay there. Great commitment there by the left field, Fujimoto.
Unreal catch. At full stretch.
Oh, no, she dropped it.
She spilt it. Catch wasn't completed.
Oh, that's a great let-off for Conacher. Here we were thinking that she was injured.
Yeah.
She was probably disappointed.
Yeah. It was disappointment, not an injury. So Fujimoto with a great attempt gives Conacher a life.
Getting back to those signals, James, you as a catcher, what was your preference? Pitch, dummy, play, dummy, pitch, play.
I don't want you to catch me out here. This is Conacher drags this one to second base. Chiho Suto makes the play. I like it as simple as possible because different pitchers like different sequences. And so when you have to catch to multiple pitches in the game, it can confuse a little. And, you know, my fingers, for some reason, I can't do a 3 with the middle 3, so I've got to do a 3 with the end 3. And so, yeah, as fewer signals as possible. Hard hit shot, Tamika Whitefield. Deep to left field, Fujimoto takes a good catch to end the Australian 6th inning. We are coming into the 7th and final inning of Game 11 of the Australia Cup. So far, undefeated Japan, who has gone through already to the final, will face Australia at 6:30 tonight. As we look at the replay of the fly ball, are down for the first time in this tournament. 4-2. It's their last chance. They're down to their last 3 outs. They've got to score 4 to make Australia bat again. 5 to take the lead. And historically, Australia has not beaten Japan since 2012 in a 7-game series in Canberra in an international challenge series. And going back further to that in a sanctioned event, it was the Athens Olympics in 2004 where they beat Japan twice to win a silver medal, Fiona.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but 3 outs away. And this first lead-off is going to be critical. Aussie Spirits just need to stay calm. Steph Trzynski just needs to get a ground ball. Keep doing what she's doing with that down ball and the off-pace and let her field do the work.
Now Australia have the advantage of batting second. The captain comes in for a pinch hit, replacing Kumi Ide. Ishikawa lays down a bunt, causes chaos for the Australian infield, and she beats out a bunt.
Wow, talk about clutch as a captain coming in. Backing yourself just to drop that one short. And that's textbook running bunt right there, right in that headbanger zone.
Yeah, you don't want to clash your heads, and it could have been any one of 3 Australian players there to field that one.
So we'll see here if they're choosing to bunt. Slap bunt, hit and run. Just looking at that, Tamika Whitefield's equivalent of a baggy green visor. Looks like it's been around the traps.
Very worn. The timeout called would absolutely be just to settle the Aussie nerves. They don't want to lose it here. Leading by 2 in the 7th. This one's fouled off. And Japan, who had a reputation of being masters of the short game, have really developed into a powerhouse of the sport. But they still have that speed. They've stolen 20 bases in this tournament. Australia's stolen 1.
Wow, what a difference.
Fujimoto is one of those speedsters. She can hit with power. We've seen multiple extra base hits from her in this tournament. She can lay down a bunt. She can steal a base. Great pitch from Trzynski, finding that outside edge. And she'll go ahead of the count, 1 and 2. Ishikawa, the runner, remains at first.
Certainly taking the bunt option off the table here.
Chops at this one and it stays foul. That one's a tricky one for the fielder because you don't want to make the decision too late, because if it comes back into the field of play, the runners are safe.
Yep.
Kill it while it's outside the line. Trzynski goes for the lead runner. Nice play from the pitcher. Pretty good fielder in her own right. Doesn't panic. Gets the throw across to 2.
That's actually a really gutsy play there by Steph. Could easily have gone for the easy out at 1, knowing that they've got 2 runs to play with, but just doesn't want to risk Japan having a runner in scoring position. So, well done. It is actually a really underrated skill, having a fielding pitcher.
Japanese coaches going to their bench. Number 19, Mayu Okawa, is a powerhouse for this Japanese side. Is going to come and pinch hit for Fujimori. Interestingly, Fujimori hit a triple earlier in this game, but has struck out twice. One of those times to Trzynski. High ball into the outfield. Amber Hood takes the catch. Fujimoto has to go back to 1 and Japan down to their last out.
Well, this will be historic, James, if the Spirit can come away with this decisive win. 4-2, top of the 7th, 2 out. Come on, Steph. Looks like we've got another pinch hitter coming in.
Tsukamoto is the hitter, and Japan not leaving anything in the sheds here. It still means something to them. Not throwing away any game here. Fujimoto, the runner on 1. Trzynski in there for a called strike.
It's a great start. She's looking so composed, James. You wouldn't think she's 2 pitches away from beating the number 1 team in the world.
Up and away. Up and in, I should say. Don't get lost in the moment, James.
2 outs here for the Spirit. 1 out away.
Hard hit shot to the left side. It's a single. Fujimoto's going to get on her bike. That hitter will stand up on 2. They've got 2 runners in scoring position with 2 out. Great hitting from the Japanese.
And that's clutch hitting there, coming in as a pinch hitter. Getting deep in the count. Driving that ball out to left field. And great running there by their skipper as well to get that extra base to 3. Still 2 outs here.
Eri Shimuyama, the hitter, has an infield single in this game.
It's a big at-bat for her as well.
Trzynski goes to the inside on the right-hander for a called strike.
The tying runner at second. Go-ahead runner at the plate.
Timeout called. I'm not sure who by. Robinson stays in her position. 6 seconds for Trzynski to deliver this pitch. Oh, hard hit shot. It goes foul, and Japan down to their last strike. 0-2 count. Shimoyama looks locked in.
I feel like I'm out there, James. My heart rate's through the roof.
Tying runner stands on 2. Australia need 1 out. Nice edge and great batting, Shimoyama.
That's great. Great hitting there. Really tempting to go for that.
1 and 2. The Aussie battery still have a couple of pitches to play with. Goes upstairs and good enough to foul it off to keep her team alive. Shimoyama.
Steph just needs to trust the process here. She's thrown so well so far. Just 1 out away.
Nice pitch, just missing the edge, and Shimoyama again good enough to lay off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Australia lead by 2. There are 2 runners on. Foul ball.
This is certainly a battle. You can see Shimoyama just reminding herself, stay calm.
In the dirt. So Trzynski's tried them all now. A change-up that just falls short. Well blocked by Robinson as well. Doesn't allow Fujimoto to move from third. It's a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. It's high. It's pulled left. Amber Hood dives. It lands in the field of play. 2 runs will score. We've got a tied game. Rounding 2 is Shimoyama. Safely into third, and the fist pump from the Japanese hitter on a close tag play.
Wow, talk about clutch hitting there. Great effort there by Amber Hood. She had to go for that diving catch.
It was in the air for a long time, and Amber Hood was just centimetres away from completing a catch. Well, now the go-ahead run stands on 3. It's a tied ball game. Steph Trzynski has to continue with 2 out. Big swing and a miss from Yamauchi. Let's have another look on this replay and how close it was to the line.
You could see Amber Hood was closer to centre field there than that left field line. Close play there at third base. In-form hitter at the plate, Yamauchi.
Well, it was Okawa that came in for a pinch hit and hit that double. And then Shimoyama with 2 strikes. Clutch hitting hits a 2 RBI triple to tie the ball game in the 7th.
Well left there. Good spot there from Steph. It's a pitcher's count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. The Aussies just need to get this hitter out. Looking to tempt her again with that rise ball which she chased earlier on in the count. Go ahead runner at third base with 2 out.
2-2 count. 4-all ball game. Hard hit shot goes foul, and these Japanese hitters don't know when to quit. If it's close, they'll foul it off. If it misses, they'll leave it. Their discipline drilled into them 6 hours a day. Go ahead run at 3.
Nice take there from Chelsea. Just making sure nothing gets to that back behind her.
Yamauchi, the hitter for Japan. This is the outside edge, and it's a base on balls. 2 walks in this game for Yamauchi. Was a strikeout victim last time against Trzynski. And now runners at the corners in a 1-3 split. And Yui Nakamizo comes to the plate. They had 2 out. And they've managed to score 2. The Japanese has silenced this crowd.
And Yamauchi choosing not to steal to second. You would think if she does steal to second, Robinson may hold off on throwing, although with 2 outs, will she back her arm?
Well, she's thrown out a few runners already in this tournament. That one's in there for a called strike, a nerve-settling strike for the Aussies. If Yamauchi goes, I wouldn't mind betting that the Aussie defence will go for that runner rather than the runner on third. Nice pitch again as Nakamizo watches 2 on the inside.
Putting herself under a bit of pressure here. Big pitch here for Steph.
Fouls that rise ball.
See third base coach there, Agatsuma. Looking pretty calm.
One and 2, runners at the corners. Off the outside edge of the plate.
Nice idea though. Would have easily got her to chase that.
2s again with 2 runners on and 2 out. Hard hit shot goes foul, and again these Japanese hitters go deep in the count. They foul off the ones that they don't want. It's been a long inning. This is the 7th batter of the inning, and each of the batters have gone deep in the count. Nice pitch, just missing the outside edge. All except Kumi Ide was actually replaced by Ishikawa, the leadoff. Kyoko Ishikawa, leadoff of this inning, came in first pitch, lays down a bunt, gets that runner on, sets the tone for the Japanese team. The leader of this Japanese side has brought them back. Payoff pitch. Foul ball. And with a full count, that runner at 1 is going. The runner at 3, not, because it's not a force for that runner.
You'd think she'd get a big lead there at 3. And as you said, going on the pitch here. Big pitch here for Steph Trzynski.
Big pitch here for the Spirit. Another foul ball.
This is what these Japanese hitters do. They just grind their way to get the right pitch that they want to drill.
10th pitch of the at-bat. Up the middle, Japan take the lead Yamauchi turns 2 for 3. A free base for Nakamizo. 2 runners in scoring position for Japan as they tally 3 in the top of the 7th to take the lead.
Wow, that's great hitting there. Ryu should have come up throwing to third base there. Probably could have kept that runner at second base. Just hesitated slightly, and that's all you need to do with this Japanese side. Now Aussie Spirit have got runners at 2 and 3. And James, you're right, the Japanese just manufacture runs. They just back themselves to manufacture runs. It all started with that bunt. As we clap Steph Trzynski off, who's done a fantastic job in the circle.
Yeah, she shut down Japan in her first 2 innings of work before the professional team of Japan in this 7th inning led off with an infield single. Australia then forced that lead runner out, but there was still a runner on, and then their first of their pinch hitters was caught out in left field, and they were down to their last out. Another pinch hitter in Okawa hits a double. Shimoyama hits a 2-run triple to tie the game. Yamauchi walks, and then Nakamizo with that 10-pitch at-bat hits a line drive up the middle to give Japan the lead. And Australia with no choice but to go back to their starter and Arwen Kavanagh. We thought she may have come out of the game with an injured hand. Then we saw Parnaby only pitch 2 innings and saw that Australia's tactic was to pitch by committee. 2 innings for Kavanagh, 2 innings for Parnaby, and Trzynski 2 2/3 inning.
This is a big out here for Kavanagh. Coming into the hot seat, throwing to Sudo. Hasn't had a hit so far in this game, but stats show batting .412 for the tournament, so is dangerous. Nice start there from Owen.
Yeah, again, this doesn't allow the Japanese to settle in too much and get the timing off one pitcher. Kavanagh, different style to Trzynski, although a right-hander. Suto grounded out to shortstop against Kavanagh. Flew out to centre field against Parnaby and grounded out to second against Trzynski. Called strike on the inside edge.
Nice drop ball there from Owen. Just needs to get a ground ball to get the spirit out of this innings.
Hit by pitch. That one gets away from Kavanagh, and the Japanese hitter Suto won't mind that at all. If you're going to get hit by pitch, you want it to be a change-up.
You can see the replay here. Just held on to that a little bit too hard. Clocked her on the helmet. No damage done.
9th hitter of the inning, Kanekudo. Loaded bases. Hard hit ball to the shortstop. It gets under the glove. Japan scored 2. They're out to a 3-run lead.
And this is what they do, James. All of this with 2 outs. They just never say die.
It wasn't just 2 outs. It was 2 outs with 2 strikes, trailing by 2.
Full count. As you can see here, doesn't try to do too much. Tamika was probably in a little bit closer to the hitter than what she ordinarily would be. A lefty that was quick, had to be there. Just scooted under that glove. Would have been a big play if she had been able to pull that off.
Second at bat of the inning for the pinch hitter Ishikawa. Slaps this one to Whitefield. Fires it across to Trim for the out, and they finally make the 3rd out of the 7th inning but not before Japan put 5 on the board. Can you believe it? 5 runs in the 7th, trailing by 2. They now lead by 3.
And nice play here by Tamika. Again, playing slightly closer to the batter, just recognising the speed of the Japanese skipper there. But James, that's a phenomenal innings from the Japanese. As we said, just manufactured runs, but were aggressive on the bases. Any kind of mishap, any kind of hesitation by the Aussie spirit, they were taking that extra base.
Well, we turn over the card. There's not much more we can say about that inning for Japan. 5 runs, 5 hits, a walk, a hit by pitch. And the majority of that, all except 1 hit, came with 2 out.
And that's the difference. You see a lot of sides with 2 out, no one on base. They almost let their guard down, and give up's probably not the right word, but the intensity drops a little, not with this Japanese side. You just cannot take your foot off the gas.
It's like they either played with no pressure or they thrived on the pressure. Either way, Japan found a way. They score 5.
Well, we've seen what the Aussies can do. They can get runs on the board. They've scored 4. They've only got to get 3 to tie this ball game.
And the right part of the order as well. Maya Giros hits 2. She has a single and a walk in this game. She's got 7 hits for the tournament. This rookie has come to play in this tournament.
Flashes bunt.
Yeah, but it's good enough to pull out as that one goes to the outside. Japan have re-entered the 3 players that were pinch hit for. Puts the bunt down. Oh, save was called off the base, right in the right positions. Heidi Leafhart. She didn't hesitate with that call, the blue, which means that she was the best person in the right spot to make that call. Shiho Suto comes from second base to cover. Giros is quick. Nakamura, the starting pitcher. And that back foot, this is the angle.
Ooh.
Maya Giros
I think we
with
need
a
to,
single.
I think we need to take that one as a lucky hit there. Never one to question umpires, but it certainly did look out to me. That said, swings and roundabouts, James.
Yeah, moments in this game.
As we can see here.
Giros caused a little bit of chaos by diving head first into the base, but bang bang play as we move on to Jenna Trim, who goes quickly behind 0-2. Hitless in this game, but has 11 RBIs in this tournament. Nakamura gave up 4 in the first. 9 batters came to the plate. She has been brilliant since.
Nice pick up there by Ide. They'd want to be on their toes. Giros has got some speed, as we just saw. Huge future for that young girl making her debut this year. And Jenna Trim can hit, as we've seen.
In the dirt, and Trim keeps the hands back. Giros went straight back to the base. She wasn't taking any chances. 2-2. Pulls this to the left side. Jenna Trim. Back-to-back hits for the Aussies.
And they chose to come inside on Gemma. They had been sticking to that outside corner, as we can see here. They choose to come inside and they pay the price.
Australia taking a leaf out of the Japanese book, going to their bench. Pippa Adkins comes up to bat in the left-handed batter's box. Japan sticking with their starter, Nakamura.
Nice work by Ide behind the plate. Pippa Adkins looking nice and relaxed here in the box.
That one missed. Oh, that one I thought was just a little low. The corner was fine, but it's in there for a call strike. 1-1. Adkins 6 hits, 3 walks, 3 hit by pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. She makes a tag. She misses the tag. And then on the throw, gives a chance for Pippa Adkins. That's all she needs to beat that one out. And Japan are questioning whether that tag was made on the lead runner.
Wow, this is a big play here. Hopefully we can see it. I think she may have got her, tried to get her on the arm. Maybe this is a better angle here, James. Yeah, she definitely got her on the shoulder.
And even that pickup was a bang-bang play. So the umpires are just going to have a chat about this.
Wow, the call stands. Nice base running there by Giros. Can't really see from that angle.
A couple of close plays.
Here we go.
We'll make sure she's got the ball in the glove. Yeah.
Yep. You can see Giros even slowed down there.
We have seen that at WBSC World Championships that reviews are available. We've seen it in the Women's College World Series that reviews are available as well. Not here at this tournament. It's loaded bases for Australia. Up to bat, Alyssa Mile has 2 hits in this game. There are none out, and the Japanese head coach has come out just to give some instruction. There's some finger pointing. The third base player has come right down to the plate. The head coach is being charged with a conference, which is fine. Well, this is maybe not causing chaos for the Japanese, but maybe just to throw a spanner in the works for the Aussie hitter, because nothing's happened out there.
This is a big chance for the Aussies. Loaded bases, none out, trailing by 3.
Miles got 2 hits. Amber Hood due up, has an RBI single. Change-up is high. Giros, safe to first on a bunt. Jana Trim smashes one to left field. Adkins, an infield single. To the right side, it's got to drop in, a run will score. The throw's wild, well blocked by the catcher, Ide. Australia drag one back. There's still loaded bases with none out.
Wow. We talked about the Japanese capitalising on their opportunities. The Aussies have struck back.
Well, here's another look, but while this is happening, the Japanese have called timeout, which means a second timeout means that they have to make a change. Doesn't have to be the pitcher, but it looks like Nakamura is coming out of the game. Number 24 comes in. This is Misaki Katsumata, and this isn't going to plan for Japan. They would have wanted Nakamura to go the distance to give them 3 pitches for the final tonight.
Most definitely.
4 consecutive hits from the Aussie Spirit. Couple of tight plays, but at the end of the day, it generally evens out.
And a little bit of luck.
Look at the Japanese. Every single defensive player except the catcher is standing in the pitching circle right now. Have you ever seen that before?
Never. Obviously listening to head coach Utsugi. But they're bringing in one of their aces, who's only pitched nine innings so far in the tournament. You would suspect, not expecting to come in at the bottom of the 7th, being 3 runs up coming into this inning.
No matter what happens from here, for Australia to win, they're going to have to walk it off. Nakamura, 6 innings of work, gave up 4 in the first and has blanked Australia over the last 5 innings. In the 7th, has given up 4 consecutive hits. The Japanese go to their bench. Katsumata has been clinical in this tournament so far. 47 batters faced, 11 strikeouts.
Big opportunity here for Amber Hood,
who's been on twice in this game.
Talk about opportunities for these debutantes.
Yeah. Yeah. Pulled one drove one opposite field to right field for the RBI single in the first. Dropped one in the gap between second and right field in the 5th. Loaded bases. And a change of pace for the first pitch and a called strike. That's quality pitching. Your first pitch in the game in the bottom of the 7th. A change up that hits the groove.
And interesting, the Japanese middle infielders, the shortstop and the second base, aren't too far in. They're almost on the base path.
Up and out of the zone. Katsumata works quick. She doesn't take a step back from the plate, and she's already ready to go. 2-1. In the dirt, 3-1. The first pitch at change-up found the zone, and her more stock pitches have missed in the next 3 pitches. Wood on a 3-1 fouls it off.
It's a great at-bat here for Amber Hood. Nice little dinker over second base. Score 2 runs.
Hit into the gap. Runner will tag up. A sacrifice fly. Australia within 1.
That was a great hit.
High enough, deep enough, far enough away from the right fielder for Japan to guarantee that run to score from 3.
She did exactly what she needed to do there. Put it deep enough into the outfield to allow that runner at third to score.
So we'll see Robinson up to bat. She's got 2 hits in this game. Tying run at 2. Missing the outside edge. And although there's no runner at 3, it does feel like the Japanese defense are a little tighter than normal. For Robinson, who gets a piece of this ball out to left field. Fujimoto makes great ground and a perfect throw back, and Australia down to their last out.
In comes Ceremonial.
It was a good piece of the ball, Fee.
Great piece of the ball. Fujimoto had to make some serious ground there to cut that off. The Aussie Spirit have just been getting such solid contact.
Japanese defence put a squeeze on Ryu. Outfielders, infielders in at least 2 or 3 steps in. Mile the runner on 1. Adkins the runner on 2. As this one hits the top of the zone for a 1-1 count. Six, 7 in the 7th. Yeah. Actually looks pretty calm there, doesn't she?
She does. She's seeing it well.
Hasn't changed her style at all. On the move, getting the hands to the ball.
She's just got to cover the plate.
Now it's Australia down to their last strike. 1 and 2. Drag bunt. It's close, but it's out. That's the ball game. And Japan from nowhere put 5 on the board in the top of the 7th. They have loaded bases against Australia, who score 2 to get within 1. And it's Team Japan who pull off a magic trick.
And that was a tough play there by the shortstop, Kudo. I don't know about you, James, but I am exhausted.
Unbelievable ball game. Japan and Australia. The Japanese, 2 games in 2 days, have won by 1.
What a fantastic battle. The Aussie Spirit can certainly hold their heads high. Getting 6 runs off the world number 1. I know they will be bitterly disappointed they came so close to getting that historic win against this quality Japanese side. But ladies, hold your heads high. And this Japanese outfit, James, just never say die.
Well, they'll go into tonight's final with a psychological advantage because Australia had them leading by 2 going into the final inning, and they found something. They found an extra gear. They put 5 on and then defend that final inning to deny Australia to win it 6-7. Let's go down to Georgia on field.
Yeah, I'm here with Tamika Whitefield. It has to be a really tough one to swallow there. You started the game so great. You had that incredible home run, set a brilliant tone, but there's got to be those little parts of confidence knowing how well you've taken it to Japan in not only this game but also yesterday's as well, leading into tonight's final.
Yeah, absolutely. We've started really well every single game, so it's just about finishing the job for us.
And there's been a lot of, we've seen, especially in the game today, a lot of rotation, especially by the pitchers, and we've seen, of course, we've spoken at depth about some of those debutants coming through as well. It has been a real team effort from Australia consistently across this competition. Is that still the plan to go into tonight's final?
Yeah, 100%. I think everyone's been doing their job, no matter what that looks like, and it's been incredible to see people just step up. Like we go into the 7th down by a few runs and we still score and we still get people on base, and everyone's just really enjoying their time on the diamond and taking the moment as it comes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, this is your 3 games in a row. We're going to go play against the White Sox now. I'll let you have a little bit of a breather before you head to that game. Thanks for joining me, Tamika.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, James.
Thanks, Georgia. And Australia do have 3 games in a row. That they've got to get over this loss pretty quickly, Fiona Crawford, because they come up against the New Zealand White Sox. It'll probably be about a 30-minute turnaround with a 3 o'clock scheduled start. What do? Do they put that out of their mind, or do they try and harness some of the energy, some of the excitement, some of the great play from that game?
Yeah, I think they look to keep the momentum going. They were literally one diving catch away from securing that win, so they need to take that away. They had such quality at-bats and had solid contact against some of the best pitchers in the world, so just take that, keep the ball rolling, and I think they can only build from here.
I don't want to dwell on a negative in that it was a loss, but for the athlete in you, like you'd have your heart torn out of your chest to go down like that.
Most definitely. Just when you get so close to a win like that, and then the historic win that it could have been. They played so well. I mean, you saw diving efforts and diving headfirst into first base. It was just, they came so close, but they just need to not reflect on the fact that it was a loss, as we said, but just build on that, because you know what? They're going to have another chance later today. Hats
off to Japan. They'll win this one 7-6. And they will face Australia one more time today in the grand final. A 6:30 scheduled start. James Harris here, Fiona Crawford, thank you. Your duties are done for now. We'll see you in the pre-game for the grand final. And we will be back with Eric Bono and Joyce Lester in about half an hour's time for Australia and the White Sox.